Welcome back everyone. Thank you so much for tagging along this bathroom journey with me. You witnessed in part 1 the demo, and today part 2 you're going to witness how to put up the backer boards, the subway tiles, and grouting. So stay tuned. So the backer board is in. We're using the thicker one, and we're using this because it's water resistant. The screws we use to put the backer board on are the backer-ons, hard backer, and the reason you want to use these because they are resistant to corroding in areas, where you use water, like a shower. We're creating a built-in shelf in the shower, but big problem we ran into, there's an outlet on the other side of this wall, and it was down here, which means the built-in shelf would have to be all the way down here, and that just looks really weird to have it so low. So it got moved up to here. Had to make a hole in the wall. Reggie did that for us. Now we can move the whole thing higher, which is much more presentable. So just measuring it out, it's going to be 24 inches long, 16 inches wide, and now it's centered, which means we're going to have to cut into this 2x4. And this is the tile I picked out for it. This was 99 cents for one, and I'm going to need 8 of these, so that's a pretty good deal, and it's just going to add some character to this bathroom area. The 2x4 has been cut into, as you can see. We used the 2x4 to build the right and left side of the shelf, and a 1x4 to build the top and bottom of the shelf. So cutting the last part of the backer board here for this built-in shelf we're creating, you want to just mark, like you feel with your finger where the corner is, and then you go along with permanent markers so you know exactly what part to cut off. So now that the backer board has been measured and cut to size and screwed into the 2x4s, it is time to start tiling. So I'm using the ceramic tile mortar. It's the powder. It's basically like baking flour. I have some in here. I'm going to add some water. You got to look at the ratios for the one you buy. And then you're going to get the mixer that I have, the one that attaches right to the, just like a drill bit. And then you're going to mix it. I just finished mixing, and you want a whip texture like when you're frosting a cake. So, little helper, can I have a tile please? Thank you. You're gonna do not too thick, not too thin layer. And then you want these teeth right here to give the grooves. That's going to help the tile to suction off. I'm just placing it, and I'm not going to push down all the way until I get the spacer in the bottom, or sorry, the top and the side. And now I'm just kind of pushing some pressure. Alright, and occasionally I will get the level. I'm going to wipe this. And just make sure it's leveled with the other tiles, which it is. Spacers are in here, so it's convenient. One on the side, one on the top. Push it to the top and to the left. Push down. Make sure it's aligned with this one up here, which it is. Make sure you're leaving room for grout, which is what this spacer here is for, leaving room for the grout. Look at this little guy. So we have a really organized system going for all the half-C's. We labeled 1, 2, we already did 3, 4, 5, 6, we already did 6 and 7, 8. So you can use a permanent marker, or you can use the pens that are made for this, which are like $1.99. And the difference is the permanent marker, both of them come off. They wipe off really easily, but the permanent marker is not water resistant where this is. So when the wet saw hits it, this marking won't come off. So for number 5, I'm going to put the tile, make sure I'm leaving enough space for the grout. And then I'm going right by this edge, making a line. And then on the opposite side, just make sure you write number 5, so you know exactly what tile, when it gets cut, which one it goes to. All right? So with the mortar, you have to use a lot more. But with the Acrylic Pro already made adhesive, you do not have to use as much. Which is nice because it is much more expensive. So it's nice you don't have to use as much of it. So you saw the pencil, we marked where the light fixture would be, and now we're just doing the tiles around it. So before you put the mortar on, always check first and make sure the tiles fit. So we have 3 more tiles and then we're done with tiling. So tiling is all done, which means it's time for grouting. And I cannot stress enough, when you're done grouting a certain area, make sure you are sponging it and sponging it and sponging it so you get a clean line versus a clumpy line of grout. Alright, so for grouting, we're using a grout float. We mixed the grout ourselves. We went with the color platinum. I wanted a little bit of contrast, so it's a light gray, nothing too dark. Definitely didn't want white. So you just want to put some of the grout float and spread it out. And then for little areas like this, it's much easier to use your fingers. I don't know if the camera can get in there, but I did the right side. So for the left side, it's so much easier. You have better control when you use your finger. just like that. And I just want to put a little bit here. And then you're going to take a cloth, a wet cloth, and you see this comes all off. And then you can also use a wet sponge, which does the same thing. So it's just a matter of preference. Get some grout, and then you can see there's no grout in this area. So I'm just kind of going in a circular motion and getting it in here. And some is going to fall, and then to really get it in, you want to just go in an upward, kind of angle it. And you can see that covered a good amount. And you're just going to keep on going like that. You want to seal the grout with a grout sealer. Update video, everyone. So much exciting stuff going on in here. I am painting the bathroom Ultra Pure White by Behr, and I'm almost done, as you can see. I did 2 walls and almost done with the last 2. I added this to the paint to prevent mold and mildew. And you can see we put up the oil rub bronze shower head, faucet, and all of that. And we had actually purchased a set, and it was $189. It was so expensive. So I returned it and got all 3 of these separate, and it was actually cheaper to do it that way. I picked up this tub spout, which did come in oil rub bronze, which we want to just make sure fits. So we did have to add a male-female adapter, which is 1/2 inch. This is what it came with. It came with plastic, but we don't want to use the plastic, so we added this copper adapter, as I mentioned. You want to put the tiles behind to make sure you're getting the correct length. You want to make sure this is going to screw into the piece inside here. Stay tuned for part 3 coming out next. It is going to teach you how to put in the toilet and the flooring, and also go over plumbing in the shower and vanity area. See you then.